The morning sun in Lanford had a way of highlighting the dust motes dancing in the living room of the Connor household, a place where dreams were often measured in spare change and sturdy intentions. Ben leaned over her shoulder, his presence a stabilizing weight against the ever-present winds of economic uncertainty. "Look at this apartment," Darlene whispered, her voice a mix of disbelief and budding hope. "I mean, they want $1,100 a month, but honestly, looking at these pictures, it might actually be worth it." Ben squinted at the screen, his cynical side battling the genuine appeal of the images. "Are you kidding me?" he asked, tapping a finger against the glass. "Look at the size of that fridge. It is practically a monument to cold storage." Darlene let out a soft sigh, her fingers scrolling down the page. "It is tiny, Ben. That is a wine fridge, Ellie Mae. We cannot live on chilled grapes alone." But then her eyes widened as she scrolled further. "Oh, hey, look. This place has got one of those setups we dreamed about. And it has got 3 bedrooms, a beautiful bay window that probably catches the afternoon light perfectly, a fireplace for the winter, and real hardwood floors. The best part is that it is actually within our price range." Ben leaned back, crossing his arms, his mind already searching for the catch. "Something has got to be wrong," he muttered. "A place like that for that price does not just sit on the market in a town like this. Let me check the registry." He reached over and typed a few commands with practiced ease. "Oh, yep, there it is. There is a registered offender living only a block away." Darlene leaned in to read the fine print. "But it says here he exposed himself in a library." "Honestly, Ben, given our family history and the amount of time we actually spend in public libraries, that does not really affect us. It is not like he is going to follow us home to explain the Dewey Decimal System." Before they could continue their debate on the merits of questionable neighbors, the front door swung open with a bang that could only mean one person had arrived. Jackie burst into the room, her energy levels vibrating at a frequency that suggested she had bypassed caffeine and moved straight into pure electricity. "Hey guys, I have got a surprise," she shouted, her arms wide as if embracing the entire house. "We are going to Mexico." Dan walked in behind her, looking like a man who had been caught in a whirlwind and was still trying to find his bearings. "Thank you, Jackie," he said dryly. "I was just about to be the one to tell them that." Jackie huffed, unimpressed by his attempt at authority. "Oh, fine. I let the cat out of the bag before I could even find the bag." Darlene looked between her father and her aunt, her mind immediately jumping to the logistics of the family business. "Well, this seems very sudden. Who is going to run the restaurant while you are all gone?" Dan shrugged, trying to project a confidence he did not entirely feel. "Oh, well, Emilio had a couple of days off, so it seemed like a perfect window of opportunity. And DJ said that he would cover for us until we got back." Darlene raised an eyebrow, a look of pure skepticism crossing her face. You are aware that DJ is going to be doing magic tricks for the customers while he serves them, right? You know what is great for a restaurant atmosphere? A filthy dove walking across your plate while you are trying to enjoy a tuna melt. I have got to go before the health inspector calls me by my first name. Bye." As Jackie scurried out to finish her frantic packing, Becky wandered into the kitchen, looking both exhausted and hopeful. "Hey, Becky," Darlene called out. "How can you actually afford a trip like this?" "Emilio's aunts are paying for the gas and the hotels," Becky replied, leaning against the counter. Darlene studied her sister for a moment. "Hey, look, I know they are putting a lot of pressure on you to marry him just to make him legal, but you are not really thinking of doing that, are you?" Dan stepped in, his voice firm with the protective instinct that had defined his life as a father. "Becky is not going to fake some marriage just to get Emilio into the country. My God, it would make it impossible for her to meet or date anybody else for 2 years. That is the amount of time they would have to spend pretending to be married just to fool the government agents." Jackie suddenly reappeared in the doorway, her eyes wide and her skin practically glowing. "Why are you so wired?" Ben asked, watching her twitch. "I just finished off 12 of those 2-hour energy drinks so that I am good to drive for 24 hours straight," Jackie announced, her words coming out in a rapid-fire blur. Ben shook his head in disbelief. "It does not really work that way, Jackie. That explains the rhythmic thumping in my head. It is my heart trying to escape through my ears. Let us get on the road before I vibrate out of this dimension." The afternoon transitioned into a mellow gold as Dan arrived home from a trip to the market, being dropped off by Louise. "Thanks again for the ride from the grocery store," Dan said, clutching the heavy bags. "It would have been a long, hard walk back with all this stuff." Louise smiled from the driver's seat, her affection for him evident in the way she watched him struggle with the bags. "Well, I was driving down the street, and I saw this sad old man struggling with a couple of grocery bags. And I thought to myself, hey, there's my boyfriend. And his face is not the right color." Dan grumbled, though his eyes remained soft. "When I get my truck out of the shop, my face will be the right color all the time." "When are you getting it back?" Louise asked. "As soon as I give the mechanic every single dollar I have left in the bank," Dan replied. "I am maybe at the point of going to the mall and hurling myself down the escalator just for the insurance money." Louise laughed, a bright sound in the quiet neighborhood. "Well, there is nobody in the mall anymore, Dan. You would lay there for 3 days before anyone even found you." "Hey, do you want to catch a movie or something tonight?" Dan's expression shifted, a shadow of worry crossing his features. "I cannot. I have got some stuff to do. I will see you later, okay?" Louise narrowed her eyes. "You do not have stuff. Why are you trying to get rid of me?" Dan sighed, the weight of his secrets finally becoming too heavy to carry alone. "It is embarrassing, Louise. I have got to go to the bank. They are foreclosing on the house." Louise stared at him, her humor vanishing instantly. "Oh my God. Why didn't you tell me? We are a couple now. We are supposed to be there for each other." Dan looked at her, his voice softening. "You are right. Give me $4,000. Louise paused, her expression turning practical. "I do not have it, but I have cleavage, and I know lamb the now to use it." "All right, let us go. Better to have them and not need them than to need them and not have them." In another part of town, Ben and Darlene were exploring the potential new apartment with the kids in tow. "Well, thanks for coming with me to look at apartments, guys," Darlene said, looking around the spacious living room with genuine wonder. "Wow, it is even better than the pictures. Oh, look at all the architectural details. You know, you just do not get this kind of craftsmanship in the newer buildings." "Oh, I love it." Mark, however, was less impressed. "I am hungry," he complained. "How long is this going to be? You said we were going somewhere to eat." "Ben and I are moving in together, and if we get this place, we are legally obligated to bring you with us." Together. She waited for a cheer, but it was met with a heavy silence. "Why aren't you guys excited?" "Because we have been through this before," Harris said, her voice flat with teenage cynicism. "You said we were going to move to Chicago with Ben once, and that didn't happen. One of you is inevitably going to sleep with Dad or someone else and screw the whole thing up." "Well, it is kind of my turn," Darlene joked, but her smile did not reach her eyes. "You know what? That is not going to happen this time. Go explore. Have some fun." Suddenly, Harris stopped and pointed toward a back room. "Guy, there is a guy. There is a guy in there." A man with a gentle but eccentric air stepped out, looking slightly startled. "It is okay. I am Cyril. I live here. So feel free to look around, but please do it quietly. I just got the bird to sleep. Relationships, am I right?" "Oh, you have a bird?" Darlene asked. Cyril looked pained. "I am so tired of hearing that. No, I do not have a bird. I am with a bird. We share the space as equals." Darlene blinked, processing this new information. "So, Cyril, why are you leaving such a great place?" "Originally, there were 3 of us," Cyril explained softly. "But Pretty Bird passed away, and now it is just me and Mrs. Featherbottom. She just cannot be around all the memories." "So how soon will you and Mrs. Featherbottom be leaving?" Ben asked. "I haven't broken it to her yet," Cyril whispered. "She has been here since this was my mother's place. She still hasn't gotten over her death. Wake up, Mommy. Wake up, Mommy." Darlene turned to Ben and whispered, he would be so perfect for Jackie. At the bank, Dan stood before a large desk, holding a foil-wrapped bundle. "Wow," Louise said, looking at the ornate lobby. "I wish I had a bank like this. I took a sandwich into my bank once, and they would not even cash my check. Of course, I did not have any money in the account." Dan patted the bundle. "This ham represents 40 years of friendship. Jim helped me buy that house. And the day we closed, I brought him a ham. Now every time I have a problem, I bring him a ham and he helps me out." "Hey, Jim." A man in a suit looked up from his desk. "Hey, Dan." "Oh, Mr. Potter." This is Louise. And you remember? A ham." "Of course," Jim said. his voice lacking the warmth Dan had expected. Ham was at my wedding. Gee, this is so great, Dan said, leaning forward. Big business has gotten so faceless, but you guys are still the same. Hey, neighbor, got a problem. Here is a ham. You know why I am here, Jim. I just need another month or 2. Maybe 3. But I won't take 4 unless you insist. Look, Dan, I would love to help you out, Jim said, looking down at his desk. But I cannot do it this time. What? Come on, Jim, you are kidding, right? You know they are going to take my house. Yeah, I know that, Dan. You don't think I want to help you? Hey, Dan is good for the money, Louise added. Tell Jim about that big apartment complex you just bid on over on Spalding. It is huge. And the apartments all have walls, which is great for a drywaller. Look, it is not up to me anymore, Jim said. We got bought out. I am just trying to hang on myself. They want somebody cheaper and younger in my spot. So they tell me what to do and I do it. Well, they told you to screw me over, Dan said, his voice rising. No, they told me that you are an unacceptable risk. They have got an algorithm now. Algorithm, Dan repeated. So I am a number now. I have got some machine telling me to get out of my own house. My whole family is living there. Where are they supposed to go? That is not your problem, Jim said softly. Thanks anyway, Jim. Sorry. Hey, tell Gail I said hi. In Mexico, the air was warm and smelled of spice. Emilio stood near the bridge, cradling Beverly Rose in his arms for the first time. Look, it is your daddy, Becky whispered. Mi amor. Hi. I cannot believe this. Mi amor. I cannot believe I am actually holding her. She is so wonderful. If you think that is good, you should change some diapers, Becky joked through her tears. It is transcendent. Thank you for driving all this way. Your TIAs were so helpful. They even gave us little medals with saints on them to take care of us. I used one to scratch off a lottery ticket in Missouri, Jackie said. I won $10, so shout out to St. Christopher. We are going to have a great day, Becky said. I can't wait to show you the Central Park. Oh, my mother gave me her earrings for Beverly Rose. They are real gold with little diamonds. These are so nice, Emilio said. I will just put them in my ears for safekeeping until she turns 18, Jackie added. Oh yes. Yes, baby. We are finally in Mexico. Back in Lanford, Darlene and Ben found Dan in the kitchen. Hey, is my dad around? We saw the greatest apartment yesterday, and it is super close by. We have got to tell him. Yeah, I brought him some beer to celebrate, Ben said. It is not every day your little 43-year-old girl finally leaves the nest. Louise looked at them, her face grim. That is great, you guys. But before you tell your dad, I have to give you a heads up. He is in trouble with the mortgage. The bank is going to take the house. Well, he talked to Jim, right? He brought the ham? Darlene asked. Yeah, it didn't work. He owes $4,000. 4,000? How the hell did he get that far behind? Darlene asked in shock. I do not know. Work has been slow. Sometimes things just pile up on you. He was too proud to tell you, but I thought you should know. Damn, Ben muttered. It just never ends for you guys. One of your ancestors must have messed with a witch. I am not going to let my dad lose this house, Darlene said firmly. I hear you, Ben said. Maybe we could sell some more ads for the magazine or put together a few bucks. Or we use our deposit money for the new apartment to bail him out, Darlene suggested. Well, where are we supposed to go? Ben asked. Well, we could live here, just for a while, and help with the mortgage payments until he gets back on his feet. Darlene, I know you love your dad and so do I, but it is not going to be for a little while. He is a 65-year-old construction guy, and he is not just going to suddenly start making more money. Look, I am sorry. My dad needs me, Darlene said. Darlene, look, I do not want to live here, okay? We finally agreed to move in together so we can start our own life. You are going to make me the bad guy because I want to move into your childhood home? Look, we cannot lose this house. It will kill my dad. And every memory I have is here. Staying up all night fighting with Becky in our room. Teaching DJ how to sled down the stairs on a piece of cardboard. I know this is hard, but it is not the kid's job to rescue the parents at the expense of their own lives. You cannot save everybody. Yeah, of course you feel that way now, Darlene snapped. But eventually your parents will need help too, and I will do whatever it takes. But you won't have to, because my parents have paid off their house, and they have a fat pension. Well, tell those arrogant bastards to get over here, grab a bucket, and start bailing, because the Connors are going down. After their time in Mexico, Becky and Jackie were walking back toward the car. That was really fun, Becky said. The people here are so nice, and I noticed the tequila is so cheap. The people here are so nice because the tequila is so cheap, Jackie noted. Well, I'm glad I did not come here when I was a drunk. I would have died. Hey, you being a drunk was not all bad, Emilio said. We made a beautiful baby. Yeah, we did. Well, I guess we have to go. Goodbye, Beverly rose. I will. You will see. Bye, Emilio. Becky turned to Jackie. So do you want to get married? In the kitchen, Dan was icing his face. If you were looking for the ice cream, it was full of those weird ice crystals, so I made the kids eat it. Holy crap, Darlene said, walking in. What happened? A guy owed me money for a drywall job, and he would not pay me in full. We negotiated, and we thought the best way to settle it was to punch each other in the face. I got $200 out of it, though. Whoa, what does the other guy look like? Oh, about 6-point brown hair. Pretty good looking until he had the broken nose. Dad, you cannot go around beating people up just to keep the bank from taking the house. Damn it, Louise should not have told you that. Well, I am glad she did. I want to help you out. You already helped me out, Dan said. I do not see anybody else around day filling up old water bottles with gas station hand soap. I am talking VE the mortgage. You do Conco the money. Well, ISE sell my car via ISE take the bus. ISE get a second job. ISE go back to the casino. Mark told me VE the apartment. I am Kong taking your deposit money. ISE Kong be a burden on you kids. No, you are Kong a burden. You always figured out a way to keep this roof over our heads. It is our turn now. The bank is Kong taking my house. You are Kong taking my house. ISE figure something out. Dung be so stubborn, Dan. Look, we are helping you va do is do. I already kicked a couple of asses today. Don't make me kick yours. Do was a hero moment. Do was super unsatisfying, Darlene said. Not to me. Thank you. Hey, you do Kong think he is crazy enough to let the bank come show the house they be taking our help? Darlene asked Ben later. Well, we got a little time truock the eviction, Ben said. He probably got some months truock the house sells. Do as Kai the sheriff comes va drags your dad out kicking va screaming. Va of course, if he any weapons in the house, it could end up being a SWAT situation. Your everything is going to be all right speech needs some work, Darlene said. Hola mi familia, Becky shouted as she walked in. How was Mexico? It was good. I dropped Jackie off at home. God, do woman the talk. She was going on VE how she used to date Dr. Seuss Bon Muoy years ago. She claims she did him Trena plane. She swears she did him Trena train. Hey, Beck, how was the trip? Yeah, how is Emilio doing? So he is moving in? Relax. He to stay in Mexico cho high years trong kai we pretend we are in a real marriage. Then he to get a waiver to come back. Oh, you better be damn careful, Dan said. If you break the law, they the throw you veo jail. Oh, diamonds, Jackie said, noticing Becky's earrings. If you go to jail, I the wear hung earrings to keep him safe, trong kai you are gone. Hola, Becky. What are you doing, Day? Emilio asked as he walked veo. Once I helped Beverly Rose, I realized I didn't want to miss any more of her life. Emilio, the point of us getting married was so you the come back legally. If they catch you, Day, USE be banned forever. You were supposed to be in Mexico. Check it out. I am. Day is me and Juarez celebrating Hainan Kong Tram, Hai Muoy Mot Voy my New Year's glasses. Day is me and Juarez gaining a little weight trong the winter of Hainan Kong, Tram Hai Muoy Mot. Va then taking off the weight trong the summer. It is a good thing you took off the weight because you are going to run to immigration kai they catch you, Day. Go now. It is late. Day is Kong traffic. I am fine. ISE be staying voy my aunts. In Hung right now, I really want to see Beverly Rose. Okay. In Hung you showing up, Day, Kong telling me is wrong. This lack of communication does Kong bode, while show our fake marriage. Bienvenidos. Quick question. Is this NOI you are teaching your kids lamb the now to appropriate somebody else's culture? Yeah, I bet you cannot wait to get home. Talk trong an accent. Va put in Hung sombreros trend the ground trong kai your kids shake the maracas. You know who cannot afford in Hung maracas? The kids do make the maracas. Yeah, keep walking. Bienvenidos. Oh, classic. Piñatas. You gonna take in Hung home to your little entitled white kid family? Alright, go ahead. Shout out. I. Beat the burro voice stick. Latinos come trong all colors. Or Mexican, dumbass. Oh, lo siento. Feliz cumpleaños.